The man loved the state of Arkansas. And that brings me to my third point. And this is the most important and the deepest point that I want to make.
Grant, if you say hire Houston Nutt, we're going to have to cut you off, dude.
Nope, I'm not going to say it, man.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it. Hear me out. I miss the passion of being a Razorback. Houston Nutt brought passion to the program. From my perspective, and I had a very unique perspective, and hear me out, I played for Houston Nutt at Murray State University.
Oh, okay.
I played for Houston Nutt at Arkansas. I also played, in between those years, I played for Danny Ford at Arkansas. I have seen what it's like to be in a program that is passionate, and I've seen what it's not like. And I pick passion every time. Here's my plug, and this is all I'm going to say. I'm going to let you talk about it. Houston Nutt is passionate. He's passionate for Arkansas. He's passionate for the kids that he coaches. He's passionate for the state of Arkansas as a whole. Put him as our athletic director and let him inject that passion into the program. That's all I'm saying. I'm out.
Grant, thanks for the call, man. As far as the AD stuff goes, I think that most people listening to the program who follow Arkansas sports and who've been paying, whether it's just slight attention or close attention to what's going on with Arkansas athletics and keyword outside football, are pretty happy with what Hunter Yurachek's doing. Now, if you remember, the whole idea that's been tossed around was that Gus was going to take over the head coaching duties, Frank was going to kind of slowly dissolve himself out, and Houston was going to take over the AD. We don't have to rehash that stuff again because we got this Kentucky game to talk about, but that at least was an idea out there at one time. It just didn't come to fruition. So as far as the passion goes, I don't think that Chad Morris lacks passion, but you're speaking to specific passion that resides with someone for the love of Arkansas Razorbacks. And it's pretty clear and apparent that Chad did not have that before he got here for Arkansas. Now, he may love football. That you just don't find that uniqueness in that quality of head coaches that could be candidates at Arkansas. And that's not a diss on Chad Morris, but Houston Nutt was such a rare guy out there that he had that unique passion, obviously playing for the program. And I think someone's going to have to correct me on this. I think transferred to Oklahoma State, and I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I was listening to Hogpot with you as well, and that it was just so unique. You heard it in his voice on the Hogpot, every other interviews he said. He was one of the best pregame motivators that this state has ever seen in the halls of that locker room. Frank Broyles is up there too. I don't know who else he put up, and you were comparing the Danny Ford Houston Nutt difference. I remember Clint Sterner talking about that, the difference that Houston Nutt brought in compared to Danny Ford. So I think it's a good call, Grant. Don't necessarily agree to every one of your points, but I agree with some of them. All right, let's go to Skyler in Birmingham. Skyler, you're on Hog Reaction. What you think of the game tonight, man?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Not too bad.
Hey, to piggyback off what the other guy said, my dad actually played for Arkansas. He played for Lou Holtz, and he played with Houston Nutt. I was born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama. Never once have I lived in the state of Arkansas, but I grew up a Hog fan, thanks to him. But I've never been as disappointed as I am right now with the program. And I was on board with Chad. I've been on board with him the whole time until tonight, man. This was the nail in the coffin for him.
Straw that broke the horse's back.
Yeah, it was a little too much for me, I think. I don't know where other Hog fans come from because I'm not from the state. Never have been. Never lived there a day in my life. But I've lived and died by the Hogs my whole life. And I know the resources that Arkansas has. I've lived in Alabama. I know that Arkansas's got the same, if not more, resources that Alabama and Auburn have. And it's just, honestly, just disappointing what it's come to. And, what I got to live with here.
Yeah. That's a tough neck of the country to be an Arkansas football fan next to, guys, that's the hub for Alabama. Like, when you go to Birmingham, Tuscaloosa's, 50 minutes away from Birmingham? Is that
45,
about,
yeah.
45, yeah, it's about right. I mean, that's a tough place to be in the SEC country. Skylar, appreciate the call, man. As far as the resources go, I don't necessarily agree with the fact that Arkansas and Auburn have the same resources, or even Arkansas and Alabama, because if you look at the tradition, if you look at the facilities, yeah, you can maybe compare facilities, but Bryant-Denny and Jordan-Hare Stadium are both better than Arkansas. You could look at the weight rooms, other stuff, and the football. High school football is a lot better in Alabama as well. All right, before we go to break, let's update the Bud Light scoreboard. This game not too far concluded off. LSU beats Florida 42-28. I'm happy because they covered. It's good for when me and Phil are doing our picks. So they win 42-28. Missouri gets a big win against Ole Miss 38-27 earlier tonight. Vanderbilt, gross, 34-10 loss at home to UNLV. Tua has a field day on Texas A&M. They win 47-28. Tennessee gets a much-needed win with Jeremy Pruitt being on the hottest of hot seats. Mississippi State, Joe Moorhead. Man, I think that's a question mark that Starkville fans are asking themselves right now, because in 2 years, or about a year and a half, similar to Chad Morris, I think a lot more people were expecting more out of Joe Moorhead. And also, biggest upset of the day, Georgia goes down to South Carolina at home. 20-17. Folks, if you watch the game, Parker White had a chance to win it at the end for South Carolina. He misses the field goal. They go to OT, and then it proceeds to a second overtime. He hits the field goal, and you're thinking, oh, Georgia's going to score. One of the most accurate field goal kickers in the country, Rodrigo Blankenship, misses a 40-plus yard field goal wide left. Will Muschamp, South Carolina, they get a massive dub. Got still a lot more calls, a lot more text to get to on Hog Reaction. That's coming up next. Stay tuned.
This is Hog Football Reaction. Streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
Right now, I'm holding a perfectly ice-cold Coors Light. You know how I know it's the perfect temperature? Because the mountain on the can is blue. And also, it's really cold. Every Coors Light is cold filtered, cold lagered, and cold packaged. Notice how many times I said cold? 3 times. It's that cold. So make sure the mountain on your can of Coors Light is blue, because that means it's ready to enjoy. 2019 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
At Shelter Insurance, we know landlords have to keep up with their renters, even if they're related.
Mom, Dad, what a surprise!
We just dropped by to pick up your
rent check.
Oh, I'm running a little short this month.
Not everything works as smoothly as Shelter's renter's policy. It helps cover stuff in case of fire, theft, and more.
Maybe I should just move back home. Don't you love me?
Oh, of course.
But now your room's Dad's man cave.
Oh, man.
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call me, Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
Or call me, Jim Malum in Charleston.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Have you been looking for your next place to call home and just haven't found the right one? Then it's time to check out the properties at Trinity Multifamily. With a variety of apartments, duplexes, townhomes, and houses, there is surely one to fit your needs. Whether it's in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, or Central Arkansas that you are looking at, they have you covered. Give them a call today. Trinity Multifamily, 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Change doesn't happen alone. United Way of Fort Smith area is working together with leaders in our 6 counties for thousands of reasons, the children of our communities. We are working to ensure academic success all the way to graduation. Join me and donate now.
Change doesn't happen alone. When we live united and work together, nothing is beyond our reach.
That is why United Way of Fort Smith area works for a better life, for a stronger community, and for a world full of opportunities for everyone. Join us and donate now.
Are you ready to experience that new car smell? At Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Stigler, Oklahoma, We are excited to put you in the driver's seat. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to our exceptional customer service. Williams Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram sales staff is here to answer your questions related to our inventory, service, parts, financing, and more. See us at 1100 East Main Street or give us a call, 888-893-3130. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Experience the charm and romantic atmosphere at Wiedeker Wine Cellar Restaurant and Wine Cellars in historic Wiedeker Village. Enjoy old world charm in the candlelit wine cellar that dates back to 1880. Enjoy unique Swiss and German entrees, as well as tender, delicious steaks. Taste and sample Wiedeker's award-winning wines. Celebrating 52 years as an Arkansas tradition. Wiedeker Wine Cellars and Wine Cellar Restaurant. Open 7 days a week on Highway 186, 4 miles south off I-40 and exit 41.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code, Football Edition. This is how you say, game tonight. Bring Bud Light. Fantasy fees are due. That's it for today.
Brewed with no corn syrup. Bud Light, crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Our special Razorback postgame coverage is presented by Bud Light, broadcasting live from the Cherokee Casino Mobile Studios.
All right, welcome back into Hog Reaction. Matty T on the board, Brendan on the phones. I'm Ty Richardson. We have a lot more calls we got to get to, a lot more text, a lot more social media interaction. Matt, I'm going to let you go and read some of the more cordial text that we've gotten tonight. You can't read some of these R-rated texts.
Some of them aren't safe for radio, but we do have some people that aren't quite all doom and gloom. We've got Matt in Fort Smith. Losing stinks, but I think our team is better than last year. And we'll finally see the return of investment with Morris next season. We still don't have all of the pieces nor the experience. The crater Bielema left for us to dig out of is a full recruiting cycle problem. I think we got to stay the course.
It's optimistic.
Is he being serious?
Did you text that in?
Yeah, that sounds like something I'd say.
What else you got,
Well, then we got a sad Memphis Razorback says, can you please explain to me how a wide receiver playing quarterback completely dominated us? Is our fearless leader not smart enough to stack the box and force him to beat us with his arm? The Chief is done. His defense is so outdated, and he refuses to get with the times. I've been a Hog fan for a long time, but I'm almost ready to box up everything Hog-related I own and set it on the curb for Monday morning pickup. Anyways, love the show as always.
I think that the defense wasn't necessarily the huge issue tonight. I go back to this idea that I always constantly talk about. We've heard about Chad Morris being this offensive guru, and we've yet to see it outside of the Colorado State game. I'm talking about not last year, the one at this year, where you have seen a complete offensive game from this coaching staff and these players. And again tonight. And Nick Starkel didn't have it tonight. Ben Hicks didn't get the protection he needed to. I thought Ben Hicks came in and did an admirable job tonight. Now, he wasn't Trevor Lawrence coming in and throwing bombs or anything like that, but I think he did a good enough job to win. He just didn't get the protection that was required at the right times tonight. So keep the text coming in, 877-377-6963. Let's go back to the Cherokee Casino hotline. Mike from Fort Smith is holding for a little bit. Mike, you're on Hog Reaction. What do you got tonight, man?
Hey, thanks a lot. I enjoy your show. I just wanted to say I've been a Hog fan for 59 years, and I've seen us, on both extremes. And Chad Morris, his play calling is inept. I've seen the wide receivers, an improvement at the wide receivers, but the quarterback, there's absolutely no consistency. Our linebacking core at best is average. Our defensive backs are awful. The bottom line is this guy may be a nice guy, but he, like you said earlier in the conversation, I've seen nothing as far as creativity with offense. The bottom line is I don't think he is suited, nor can he do the job at Arkansas. It's time to move on and find a different route. Thank you for taking my call.
Mike, appreciate it, man. So we've gotten that reaction a lot. I was talking with John earlier, and we're sitting next to Tommy and Matty T as well, and we got a bunch of texts. Morris should be gone. Morris should be fired. You should see my phone right now. I didn't have time to extra all these because I'm getting like 50 direct messages from my buddies, people that listen to the program and stuff. I mean, there is no confidence in Chad Morris right now, which you can debate if that's right or wrong or not. But again, it goes to the idea that there hasn't been anything except the Colorado State and maybe a half of Alabama where you're really excited, where the offense is trending. Now, if the defense wasn't up to snuff, that's not as big of a deal because it's not Brent Venables that came in and started coaching this ball club. This is Chad Morris. This is the guy that coached Taj Boyd, Deshaun Watson, Sammy Watkins, Martavius Bryant, DeAndre Hopkins, Cortland Sutton, Trey Quinn. SMU was actually doing stuff on offense. And Clemson, he helped get Clemson to where they are. National championship contenders, national championship winners year after year. And people question, once he left, they got better. That's a topic for another day. But man, it's just not a good situation right now. Appreciate ESPN 99.5 up in Northwest Arkansas. Our listeners in the Harrison area, ESPN 104.3 Mountain Home, that area right here, Fort Smith, Barling, River Valley, ESPN Radio 95.3. Also our Hot Springs area, ESPN Radio 96.3. All right, let's go to PA in Texarkana. You're on Hog Reaction, PA. What'd you think about the game tonight, man?
Well, I didn't like it at all, and I thought that call from, I don't know where he's from, he said his dad played for Lou Holtz and for Houston Nutt. Well, if he did, his dad was in college for 15 years, so I don't know if that's true.
I think he played for Lou Holtz, and Lou Holtz had Houston Nutt on his roster, so he played with, is what he's saying about that, PA.
Oh, he played with him.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that's not much there. But anyway, nevertheless, no, I think the guy should be fired tonight. I think the whole staff needs to go tonight, except for some of the old heads that have coached here before, our defensive line guy. And they just need to go out and find. If we're losing, I don't know if you've looked at the internet, but we're losing recruits left and right, and good recruits.
Mm-hmm.
And they're backing out of their commitment. And once they back out, they don't come back. I haven't seen many, And last year, he says, well, we're going to have we made a big mistake by swapping out quarterbacks. If you don't have one if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one. Or one quarterback, whatever, you don't have two. Whatever the saying is. And he's right back doing the same thing again. And it hasn't. I know what's-his-face has come in. Hicks has come in because he has fresh legs and he makes some good throws. But then after about two sets of downs, he goes kaput. So, I mean, all this trash he was talking about, left lane and hammer down and get on the good foot like James Brown. I don't know what all he was saying. It was just a bunch of crap. I guess he just thought we were a bunch of insignificant, illiterate hillbillies up here that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Well, hold on, PA. Like, coaches have catchphrases. Coaches come in with different stuff like that. That's not a Chad Morris original. He hasn't backed it up. I mean, you remember when Brett Bielema said, we came here to win the SEC and that's what we're going to do? People stuck to that. It didn't happen. I mean, there's a lot of coaches that come into different jobs.
I'm not a big Bielema, a huge Bielema fan, but he did at least. Bielema knows football, I can tell you. Bielema got tired of recruiting. That's the problem. He just got tired of recruiting. And because that first year, he recruited a good class, and into his third year, we had a good team. We had a real good team. And if we hadn't lost a couple of silly games at the first part of the season, it would have been a 9 or 10 win season.
Yep, 2015.
And the guy would probably still been here, but we're not going to do anything with this guy. I mean, people say, "Well, you got to give him time. You got to give him time." No, you don't have to give him time. He doesn't. He doesn't deserve. He's 3 years, 5 years, or whatever to build a program.
Well, thanks for the call, PA. We really appreciate it. We got a lot more people to get to. Sorry I had to cut you off there. As far as that goes, the whole catchphrases, I mean, that's just a part of college football. Coaches come in. Now, some use more of it than others. Chad Morris had his left lane hammered down, and Bielema's we're close. We kept hearing it after every close loss, which was kind of tough. All right, we're also live streaming the show, everyone, so you can either get on our Facebook live stream, YouTube, Periscope, which is on Twitter, and we are doing this a variety of different ways, terrestrial radio, doing it on social media as well. Johnny's
we get all the comments on Periscope, Facebook. Somebody on Periscope said he deserves 5 years.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a set time a coach deserves anymore. I don't think I think that's kind of behind us. Johnny's getting me on Facebook and saying that I am defending the coach, and he's saying he also didn't help Clemson. So I'm not defending Chad Morris. I'm telling you what he did at other stops along the way that would lead you to believe that at some point in time it would happen at Arkansas, but it hasn't happened to this point. All right, we're brought to you in part by Cherokee Casino and Hotel West Roland in Siloam Springs. Lee Creek Tavern in Cherokee Casino and Roland is having Dueling Piano Fridays, October 18th. And 4-time Grammy Award winner Steve Warner, Saturday, October 26th. Steve Warner will also be at West Siloam Springs Friday the 25th. Did I get that right? Warner, W-A-I-N-R-E-R. Did I spell that right? I think I did. That's what I was told earlier. Okay. I just want to make sure I got that right. So be sure to go check out Cherokee Casino and Hotel Roland, West Siloam Springs for all your concert needs, your gambling needs, and whatever you want to do. All right, a lot more to come up on Hog Reaction. Stay tuned. More coming up next.
Is Hog Football Reaction. Streaming live now from hitthatline.com.
Right now at Randall Ford, get 0% for 72 months on a new 2019 Ford F-150 LXT, plus $1,000 special retail bonus cash. But that's not all. How about up to $13,000 off MSRP? Or how about only $299 a month? That's it. Just $299 a month for a brand new 2019 Ford EcoSport, only from Randall Ford, America's 4th oldest Ford dealer. Stop in today. Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers, or online at randallford.com. Home of the lowest price guarantee.
Cars that sound like this. Trust Pennzoil Synthetics to protect their engines in extreme conditions. Top racing teams know that Pennzoil Synthetics give them the performance to help them succeed. And your car's engine deserves the same. Because your daily commute is no less important. Get complete protection for top engine performance just like the pros. Go to Pennzoil.com/oil change offer to save. Terms apply.
Barley is the soul of Budweiser. That's why we've been working with the same family-owned American farms for more than 50 years to harvest it. The secrets to growing this grain perfectly have been passed down through 3 generations. For them, it's a legacy. And it's why only the best barley and locally sourced ingredients are used to make Budweiser. Budweiser is proudly raised across America. This Bud's from our barley farmers. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Rediscover old world cuisine, charm, and a romantic atmosphere at Wiedeker Weinkeller Restaurant. Wiedeker's is the perfect treat for any occasion, whether it's close friends, family, or a perfect night with your special someone. Enjoy unique Swiss, German, and American entrees while sampling Wiedeker's award-winning wines. Celebrating 52 years as an Arkansas tradition, Wiedeker Wine Cellars and Weinkeller Restaurant open 7 days a week on Highway 186, 4 miles south of I-40 at Exit 41. In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your insurance agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when the bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Call Kohler and Green Insurance in Fort Smith, 484-9888, or in Van Buren, 474-9888, and online at kohlergreen.com.
Change doesn't happen alone. United Way of Fort Smith area is working together with leaders in our 6 counties for thousands of reasons, the children of our communities. We are working to ensure academic success all the way to graduation. Join me and donate now.
Change doesn't happen alone. When we live united and work together, nothing is beyond our reach.
That is why United Way of Fort Smith area works for a better life, for a stronger community, and for a world full of opportunities for everyone. Join us and donate now.
Littleton's Paintless Dent Repair is your one-stop shop for all repairs. Paintless Dent Repair, door dings, unsightly dents, and hail damage repair, all repaired to like new conditions. With over 1 million repaired vehicles with satisfied customers, Michael Littleton is the expert in paintless repair. Littleton's Paintless Dent Repair, conveniently located 3 miles from the Arcoma exit off Highway 112. Or call 479-461-9764. Your number one Arkansas fan.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along